Hello everyone, welcome to Management Accounting class. In today's class, I will be solving problems on solvency ratios. Okay, this is the problem number 3. Calculate debt equity ratio from the following information. Okay, they have given amount of total assets, total debt and current liabilities. With the help of this information, we will be finding out what? Debt equity ratio. Okay, so next line, write calculation of debt equity ratio, and the formula of debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Okay, as I said in the previous class, debt equity ratio indicates the relationship between borrowed funds and owned funds. Okay, it determines or it helps us to understand or to measure the firm's debt in the business organization. Okay, how much is the total debt in the business organization, that we can find out, and what is the ratio, the proportion between external long-term liabilities to internal long-term liabilities. How much capital amount is borrowed through external equities, that is through long-term external equities as well as through shareholders fund. Okay, now we need to find out the amount of long-term debt, but here you can check in the problem, because we need to find out this long-term debt. Why? In the problem they have not given any information regarding the long-term debt. Okay, but they have given the information about total debt and current liabilities, and with the help of these two information we can find out the amount of long-term debt. Okay, so as I said, the amount of total debt is given, and how the total debt is calculated? Total debt is equal to, we'll write here, total debt is equal to what? Long-term debt plus current liabilities. Okay, long-term debt plus current liabilities. Now put the values into this formula. Okay, put the values into this formula. Total debt is 1,50,000 equal to long-term debt amount we don't know plus current liabilities 50,000. Okay, so both the number will come one side and character will come to another side. Okay, so this 1,50,000 write in the next line as it is. So right here 1,50,000. Now this current liabilities will come to this side. Okay, so plus sign will become minus sign. So right here minus 50,000 minus 50,000 is equal to, this equal to sign will remain as it is. Okay, this way, this 1,50,000 as it is minus 50,000, so plus will become minus, is equal to what? Long-term debt. Okay, is equal to long-term debt. Now see here, 1,50,000 minus 50,000 is equal to how much? 1 lakh, is equal to 1 lakh, which is nothing but long-term debt, which is nothing but long-term debt. Okay, I hope you understood the calculation of long-term debt. Now put the values into the formula. Put the values into the formula. Which formula? This one, debt equity ratio. Sorry, before that we also need to find out what? Shareholders fund. We don't know the amount of shareholders fund, right? So next line, write shareholders fund. Okay, next line, right, shareholders fund is equal to total assets minus total liabilities. Okay, that is total debt. Okay, if you want, in bracket write liabilities. Okay, now you may say, like, how you can find out the amount of shareholders fund this way, like with the help of total assets and total liabilities. See, we all of us know the equation of balance sheet. Assets is equal to liabilities. Okay, now here we don't know the amount of shareholders, and what is the equation of liability side? Total debt is equal to shareholders fund plus total debt, total long term debt or total external debt. Okay, so therefore right here, total assets of the firm, how much they have given in the problem? Check in the problem. Total assets is equal to 2,50,000. Okay, total assets is equal to 2,50,000 minus total debt. How much? Here it is 1,50,000. Total debt or total liabilities 1,50,000. Okay, so 1,50,000, 2,50,000 minus 1,50,000 is equal to how much? 1 lakh. Okay, 2,50,000 minus 1,50,000, balance is how much? 1,50,000. Okay, I hope you understood calculation of shareholders fund. We can find out shareholders fund with the help of existing formula. Which is that formula? Shareholders fund is equal to preference share capital, equity share capital plus reserves and surplus minus fictitious asset, that is goodwill and preliminary expenses. But when this information is not given in the problem, we can find out shareholders fund with this way as well, that is total assets minus liabilities, total liabilities or total debt you like deduct from total asset, whatever balance remain, that is nothing but the shareholders fund. Okay, as I said, the equation of balance sheet, assets is equal to liability side. Okay, now here you can check what is the amount of total assets, 2,50,000, and what is the amount of total liabilities, that is equity and liabilities, 1,50,000 plus 1 lakh, sorry plus 1 lakh. Yes, here answer is 1 lakh. 2,50,000 minus 1,50,000, answer is 1 lakh. Okay, so here if you add these two, you will get the amount of total equity and liabilities. Okay, one and the same. Now put both the values into the formula. Now, what is the formula? Debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Okay, we know the amount of long term debt. Now we have calculated. What is the amount of long term debt we have calculated? See here, 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so therefore long term debt equity ratio is equal to long term debt divided by shareholders fund. Amount of long term debt is 1 lakh. Amount of long term debt is 1 lakh. Okay, what is the amount of shareholders fund? Even this is also 1 lakh. So write here 1 lakh. Now find out the ratio 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh into 100 is equal to how much? 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh into 100 is equal to, 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh. We are not calculating the percentage, we are calculating the ratio. Okay, so write here equal to 1:1. Okay, understood? 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh is, answer is 1:1. Okay, by mistake I said into 100, that will not come. Okay, 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh is equal to 1:1. I hope you understood the calculation of debt equity ratio. Okay, so such type of problems will come for 2 marks. Very easy problem, easy to understand how the debt equity ratio will be calculated. Okay, now next problem is problem number 4. Okay, we will be calculating one more problem on solvency ratios, that is next ratio in solvency ratios, proprietary ratio. Okay, I will read the problem. Problem number 4. From the following information, calculate the proprietary ratio. Okay, which all information they have given? A simple balance sheet of XYZ Company Limited. In equity and liability side, they have given amount of equity share capital, amount of preference share capital, amount of debentures, reserves, debentures and creditors. Okay, so this is the liability side, equity and liabilities. Total is 7,50,000. Okay, whereas in asset side they have given the amount of fixed assets, current assets, okay, and investments, and the amount is 3,57,000 fixed asset, current asset 1,50,000, investment 2,25,000. Okay, total is 7,50,000. Okay, so this is the information available. Next line, write solution, calculation of proprietary ratio. And what is the formula of proprietary ratio? Proprietary ratio is equal to shareholders fund divided by total tangible assets. Okay, shareholders funds divided by total tangible assets. Okay, now next line, write shareholders fund. Okay, we need to find out the amount of shareholders fund. We don't know the amount of shareholders fund. Okay, we'll draw one table by which easily we can find out the amount of shareholders fund. Okay. Now check in the problem the information related to shareholders fund. How we find out shareholders fund? Shareholders fund is equal to preference share capital, equity share capital, reserves and surplus minus fictitious assets. Okay, now here first one is equity share capital will come, preference share capital will come and reserves will come. Okay, so take this information items here. Okay, amount of equity share capital is 3 lakh, amount of preference share capital is 1,50,000 and amount of reserves is 75,000. Okay, 75,000. Now check in the problem, is there any fictitious asset is given? No. Okay, there is no fictitious assets. So total how much? 3 lakh plus 1,50,000 plus 75,000. So it is how much? 5,25,000. How much? 5,25,000. Okay, so this is the amount of shareholders fund. Here you can write shareholders fund in short. Okay. Shareholders funds how much? 5,25,000. Okay. In the problem they have not given the amount of goodwill. So goodwill or preliminary expenses or any other fictitious asset is not given. So whatever total is there, that only will be the shareholders funds. Okay. Next one, the amount of total tangible assets. Okay. The amount of total tangible assets. The calculation of total tangible asset is simple. Here you can check with the check in the asset side. Amount of fixed asset is given, amount of current asset is given, and investment is given. Here we don't have any information regarding the intangible asset. So we assume that whatever assets are there, these are tangible asset. So whatever total asset will be there, that only will be total tangible asset, because as I said, intangible assets are not given. Now what are the example of intangible asset? Intangible assets like brand, goodwill, then intellectual property such as patents, trademarks, copyright. All these are considered as example of intangible asset. Okay, so intangible assets are the object or asset which is something that cannot be touched, or it is hard to describe, or it is difficult to assign an exact value of it. Okay, the asset which we cannot be touched, which cannot be seen, will be considered as intangible asset, but the value of those assets will be known. So such assets will be recorded in the balance sheet. Okay, so such assets here, at least in these problems, are not given. So whatever total asset is there, that only will be considered as total tangible asset. Okay, so here only we can calculate the amount of, or the ratio of proprietary. Okay, so right here, shareholders funds, how much is the amount of shareholders fund? 5,25,000. Okay, so right, shareholders funds here 5,25,000. Okay, divided by total tangible asset. How much total tangible asset? As I said, in the problem we know the amount of total asset is given, but in that there is nowhere they have mentioned about the intangible asset. So whatever total assets are there, that we will consider as that will be considered as tangible asset. Okay, so 5,25,000 divided by 7,50,000 is equal to 0.74 is to 1. Okay, one second. Huh. 0.74 is to 1. Is to 1. Okay, this will take down only. So this is the ratio of proprietary. Okay, proprietary ratio is the ratio or proportion which gives the information about how much amount of equities, that is shareholders fund, is invested in the tangible asset. To find out this only, this proprietary ratio will be calculated. Okay, I hope you understood the calculation of proprietary ratio as well. Now last problem is problem number 5. Okay, so before that, just have a glance on the problem number 4. We were calculating proprietary ratio and this is the information was given. Okay, the formula of proprietary ratio is shareholders funds divided by total tangible assets. Okay, and the answer is, that is proprietary ratio is 0.74:1. Okay, 0.74:1. How we have calculated this? 5,25,000 divided by 7,50,000. This will come 0.7, not 4. Okay. Okay, and the last problem for today's class is problem number 5. Again, this is on solvency ratios. Third one. From the following information, calculate capital gearing ratio. Okay, and this is the information given: preference share capital, debentures, equity share capital, reserves and surplus, and preliminary expenses. Okay, so next slide, write solution, calculation of capital gearing ratio. And what is the formula of capital gearing ratio? Capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest and dividend bearing securities or funds divided by equity shareholders funds. Okay, this is the proportion between what is the amount of capital is been issued through equity capital and how much amount of capital is been issued through fixed interest and dividend bearing securities. Now, what do you mean by this fixed interest and dividend bearing securities? These are the securities on which business firm has to pay regular or compulsory interest and dividend irrespective of profitability position of the business firm. The example of fixed interest and dividend bearing securities are preference share capital. On preference share capital, firm will be paying what? Preference dividend. Next, debentures and long term loans. Okay, so these are the example of fixed interest and dividend bearing securities. Okay, and the next one is shareholders fund. Shareholders fund is nothing but equity share capital, amount of equity share capital plus reserves and surplus minus fictitious asset, that is goodwill and preliminary expenses. Okay, so one by one we'll calculate both the amount and then we'll put this amount into the formula. Okay, so the first one is fixed interest and dividend bearing securities or funds. Okay, so see here, in the problem there is preference share capital, so this is the example of fixed interest and dividend bearing fund. Next, debentures. Okay, so we'll take both here. Next one, amount. What is the amount of preference share capital? 12,50,000. Amount of debenture, same, 12,50,000. Okay, now make the total. It is 25 lakh. Okay, 25 lakh. Only this much is there. There is no long term loan is given. So the amount of fixed interest and dividend bearing funds is how much? 25 lakh. Okay, so next one is equity shareholders fund. Equity shareholders fund. Equity shareholders funds include equity share capital plus reserves and surplus minus fictitious assets. Okay, so first write amount of equity share capital and reserves and surplus. Amount of equity share capital is 3 lakh. Amount of reserves and surplus is 2,50,000. Okay, the total will be 3 lakh plus 2,50,000. It is 5,50,000. Okay, 5,50,000. From 5,50,000 we have to deduct what? Less what? Fictitious asset. Okay, example of fictitious asset, here you can check. Only there is one example, that is preliminary expenses. So write here less preliminary expenses. Okay, what is the amount of preliminary expenses? Amount of preliminary expenses is 50,000. Okay, so write here 50,000, 50. Okay, now 5,50,000 minus 50,000, balance how much? How much will be the balance? 5 lakh. Okay, so write here 5 lakh. Okay, so this is the amount of equity shareholders fund. Okay, I hope you understood. Equity shareholders funds include equity share capital, whatever reserves and surplus the fund has. From this total we have to deduct preliminary expenses and goodwill, whatever balance remain, that is the equity shareholders fund. Okay, so now put both the values into the formula. Okay, so therefore capital gearing ratio is equal to fixed interest and dividend bearing funds or securities, amount is 25 lakh divided by equity shareholders fund. How much is the amount of equity shareholders funds? It is 5 lakh. Okay, so 25 lakh divided by 5 lakh is equal to 5:1. Okay, 5 lakhs are 1, 5 lakhs are 5, 25 is 5. Okay, so write 5:1. Okay, so this is the capital gearing ratio. Okay, I hope you understood this calculation. So these are the solvency ratios. Problems are very easy. In the next class I will be calculating combined problems. We will be calculating or solving combined problems on solvency ratios. Okay. Thank you.